All right, it's time to do the quickie 2020 NFL season predictions. I'm not going to get real in depth on this because, who cares? Um, and I'll probably be wrong anyway because who the hell knows how this season's going to go with COVID and with no fans in some uh, in some stadiums, some fans in others. Um, so, uh, so I'll start with the AFC. AFC East, Patriots are going to win the division again. Sorry, they are because they were led by defense last year. They're still led by defense, and they got Cam Newton, who's going to be pissed off that he got run out of Carolina and that he didn't get much interest in free agency. He's going to have a good season. I'm not going to be devastated if the Patriots do well because I'm very much rooting for the Patriots to win more games than Tampa Bay this year. So, um, uh, AFC North, Pittsburgh. Uh, I'm going with Pittsburgh. Big Ben back healthy, you know, for now, but he's been pretty durable over his career. And they kind of built that defense back up a little bit. Um, so I think they're going to reclaim the North. South, I'm going Houston only because they have the best player. Deshaun Watson is the best player in that division. I think you could really make a case for 3 teams in that division probably. But, when in doubt, pick the best player, and that's Deshaun Watson. So that's really the only reason I'm picking Houston. West, Kansas City. Come on, we know that's obvious. My wild cards, Buffalo. Not totally buying into them yet, but they have a really good roster. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Diggs. But I think Buffalo will be one. Baltimore will still be in there. They're not going to win 14 games. It's very hard to win that many games consistently. And then for the third one, I'm going Colts. I'm going to put the faith in Phillip Rivers to have a little bit left in the tank there. But obviously, with that extra playoff spot, there will be more teams in it. I wouldn't totally be shocked if Cleveland, had a better year this year where they're not as hyped going in. So pick the Colts slightly over Cleveland, Denver, maybe the Las Vegas Raiders, and maybe even Tennessee. Although I think Tennessee is going to take a big step back. Okay, over to the NFC. NFC East. They're hyped every year. I think this is the year Dallas is pretty good. They've upgraded a coach. They still have a lot of talent. So I'm just going Dallas. South, Saints. Saints are still loaded. They're just kind of what they've been in the last few years. They're just a loaded team, and Bounty Gate Curse won't let them win a Super Bowl, but they'll still win that division. West, I'm going Arizona Cardinals. I am gonna buy in to Kyler Murray as the breakout star of this year. I think he'll have the year this year, kind of like what Lamar Jackson did last year. He'll be the big breakout star. They got a star wide receiver to go with him now. And yeah, I'm gotta get nutty on something here. So I'm going Arizona. And then of course we bring it back to the north. I got the Vikings shirt on, but I'm picking the Bears. And here's why. I don't believe for one fucking second that Mitch Trubisky is going to be the quarterback for long. I think he's going to stink early. And they're going to just say, enough with this. They're going to put in Foles. Foles will be decent enough that, they've still got a great defense. And he'll be decent enough that can kind of carry him to reclaim the division. Then my wild cards, Philly. I'm going Philly. If they get a full healthy year of Carson Wentz, and I know he always gets hurt, but if he's healthy for the year, I think they'll be in. Seattle, I'm never doubting Russell Wilson. That guy, he just carries his team like nobody else carries their team. Not even Mahomes. Um, I mean, if you put Patrick Mahomes on Seattle and Russell Wilson on Kansas City and just flipped, I think Russell Wilson would probably win even more games. I mean, I don't think just won the Super Bowl, but and yes, I'm gonna stand strong and I'm gonna pick the Vikings to also slip in as a wild card, despite the Hunter news. And I'm kind of locked in there on them anyway. My official picks. Um, you know, I think look, Vikings have a lot of talent. I'll probably do another like Vikings season preview video here sometime in the next few days. But like they still have a ton of talent, so I hope that can get them through. And they'll get in over 49ers. Look, Super Bowl loser curse is a real thing. A lot of these teams that lose the Super Bowl don't make the playoffs next year. The next year, I think San Francisco is just going to follow suit with that. Green Bay. I mean, they did nothing to improve in the offseason, so it's like, and they can't possibly have the amount of luck and referee help this year that they had last year. They just can't. It's unthinkable that they could have that. And who else am I forgetting? Oh, that's right. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay will flop. They will not even finish 500. They will not make the playoffs. I wouldn't even be surprised if Brady doesn't play the whole year. He was washed up at the end of last season. Everyone could see it. And yet he's being hyped. There's like respected writers and media people in this country picking Tampa Bay to go to the Super Bowl out of a very wide open NFC. Like, what are you talking about? He's never faced a division competition like he's going to have this year. He doesn't have an elite defense to bail him out this year. He did last year. Like, it's just stupid. So yeah, those are my wild cards. Super Bowl. I kind of going to just be lame and pick the two top seeds, Chiefs, Saints. And the Saints get beat down in the Super Bowl by Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs are they're as close to, I'm not going to say a lock to repeat, but they are probably the most likely repeat winners that we've seen in many, many years. And I think they will. So those are my predictions, and can't wait to look back on this video in 6 months and see how stupid I was.